Okay, so here's the deal. I found a really cheap batch of cards on Facebook Marketplace, and it's like a 5,000 count box, and he says mostly commons, which means all commons, but for $35. It's all football cards, and we're starting a football TTM challenge. It starts on September 1st, or technically 2nd, I guess. And I don't have a ton of football cards, so headed to a town that's about 40-ish minutes away from me. And the dude on Facebook Marketplace just does not communicate well. It's driving me a little crazy. Today is Friday when I'm filming this. I told him we're kind of talking a little bit on Tuesday about it. And I'm like, hey, yeah, I was like, Wednesday or Thursday work really good for me. And I know, like, he gets off work, he gets home at like around 6. Excuse me. So I'm like, yeah, Tuesday or Thursday work really well for me. And he was like, okay. And like with a thumbs up. And I'm like, okay, and I was like, okay, well, is there a time and a place that work good for you? And then silence. I'm like, okay, this guy's he's changed his mind or something. And then he reached out to me this morning. He's like, hey, are you still interested? I'm like, damn it. Yeah, I am. But now it's tough because I got to be back home straight up at 7 because I got a fantasy football draft. I mean, it's super important stuff like fantasy football. And I'm doing super important stuff like getting junk football cards. So none of what I'm doing is important. I get it. Anyway, so I'm like, all right. I was like, all right, dude, but I gotta meet up with you straight up at 6 because I got to be back at 7, and it's going to take me at least 45 minutes to get out there. He's like, cool. And I'm like, okay, well, where do you want to meet? And he's like, okay, I'll be home around 5:30. And I reached out to him again. I'm like, cool. Where do you want to meet? And it's 5 o'clock right now. If I'm going to pull this off, I have to be there picking it up straight up at 6 so I can turn around and get back. And he didn't respond to me, so I'm just like, I sent him another message like, dude, if I'm going to make this work, I got to get on the road right now. So I'm headed your way. I'm headed towards the town. It's a town called Flower Mound. And let me know where I'm going because I have no idea. You can't just say, hey, meet me in a town. I'm not going to run around a town and scream, hey, anybody got some football cards? I need cheap football cards. Anyway, frustrated. Just frustrated because it just seems like common sense to me. Deep breaths. I'll let you know how it goes. All right. Well, he just messaged me, and of course, I put it in my navigation. It's a different route, and now I can't even get over to do what I need to do. But at least I know where I'm going. So there's that. Also, quick tip: what I normally do when I am meeting a stranger in a random place is I will take a screenshot of where I'm going and like the name of that person, and I'll send it to my wife. And it's all about stranger danger. And just in case things go south, you know what I mean? And what I do is, especially if I'm going somewhere that's kind of sketchy and I don't recommend it, is I'll do things like, hey, I'll send her a text message and I'll be like, hey, if I don't call you in 10 minutes, you need to call me. And if I don't pick up, you need to call the police. Like that kind of deal. Just be careful when you do that because people can be scary. Anyway, tip of the day. All right, well, that worked out just fine. Got there pretty easy. Traffic wasn't bad. I think part of it is because it's a holiday weekend, and so maybe people got out early, but traffic was way better than I was expecting it to be. And, yeah, dude just walked out of his house and brought the cards. I threw them in the trunk, and, yeah, excited to see what's in there. Not under any disillusionment that there's some gold in there waiting, some precious cardboard. None of that's going to be in there. But it's going to be good for TTM fuel, And yeah, that's really what I was going for. So $35 for a 5,000 count box. Looking forward to, yeah, just thumbing through it. It's going to be $35 worth of entertainment just thumbing through some cards. So, yeah, I'm going to probably maybe even turn it into a series. We will see. All right, I got to get back. It's fantasy football night. Talk to y'all later. Bye. Okay, so I'm not expecting there to be any hidden gems in there, but the first batch of cards I pulled out, they had these, which was kind of interesting. They're slightly oversized. The Immortal roll, and apparently it was done by the Football Hall of Fame. I haven't seen these before. So we have Jack Christensen. I didn't see a year on it either, but it's certainly a set. I can't see with my eyeballs. Let's say it's 84 maybe. Yeah, Jack Christensen, Bobby Lane, and the great Jim Thorpe. Pretty awesome. So that's kind of unusual. I've never seen these before. Not in the best shape. I have no idea how old they are, but yeah, pretty fun. Let's see what else we have over here. All right, so it looks like this one is going to be a bunch of fairly recent stuff. So just looking for Cowboys, James Conner, Charles Jones, Jefferson, Justin Ritter, Chase Young, Dirk Hall. Look at that. That is, I don't know, 2003. I can't pronounce his name. T. Higgins just drafted him. Geno Smith, Josh Jacobs, Ertz, Sky Moore, great name. Xavier McKinney, Mac Jones. Okay, now Mac Jones signs TTM. I'm going to go ahead and set him aside. Davis, Simmons, Kibble, Herbert. This one is, Dan Faust. He also signs TTM. Nick Folk? That's funny. He was a Cowboy. I didn't know that he was still in the league. Knox is not a terrible tight end. Odell Beckham Jr. Najee Harris. Brian Robinson Jr. Jameer. Bobby Wagner. Patrick Cox. Cowboys. Where are my Cowboys at? Dalvin Cook. Dirk Carr, poor guy. Daniel Jones. Danny Dimes. Does Danny Dimes TTM? I think he might. Set him aside. Cordell Patterson, he is sneaky good. He's not good enough respect. Now this guy gets too much respect. Deshaun, come on. He just got married though, so I'll keep my comments to myself. Another Dalvin Cook. Christian Watson, Desmond Ritter, Matt. There you go. Sean Williams. Don't know. Justin Simmons, J.K. Dobbins, Penny, Debo. That guy's huge. Where are my Cowboys? That was a lot of non-Cowboys. Chandler. AJ. OBJ again, James Conner, Juju Smith-Schuster, Desmond Ritter, T. Higgins again, Jerry Tillery, don't know, Jeff something, Taysom Hill. I always think he's going to be good on fantasy. He's not. Evan Ingram, he might be all right. All right, so that is, I know this was kind of a long one already, so I'm going to stop it there. But come back, I'm going to see if we have any more fun things. So far, just one Cowboy. But seriously, $35.
But is there anybody getting your ire up these days more than usual?
Nerds.